almost not worth doing on one of my shows, Jim. You should know that by now. Tell us some stats about IAM.
About IAM?
Or about driving in general, really.
Let's approach that from another way. Let's talk about the cost of fatal accident. You can't measure the cost in a loss of life, but the government does actually record the total costs for a fatal accident in the UK, and it might surprise you to know that it averages about £1.95 million.
Well, is that what is that cost related? That's everything
all
all
the costs that are associated with a fatal accident.
So that's all the services.
The latest figures published for 2 years ago, 19.
Well, so we can say quite comfortably that's gone up.
It will have gone up since then, but the published cost for the 2013 figures is that.
And of course, not to mention the optional risk of life when emergency services are at the scene dealing with one accident. There's a limited amount of emergency services. You're having a limited amount of places they can be at once.
Absolutely, yeah.
Speaking of driving, has anybody noticed, of late, Milton Keynes seems to become the city of roadworks?
Yes.
We never have been. We've always been brilliant, but you can't go anywhere at the moment without finding them.
It's got to be to do with the rugby, surely.
Oh, I don't know. Is it to do with that, or is it repairs from the pothole?
The grass as well.
Yeah, must be potholes, because there's plenty of them.
They're redoing all the roundabouts, aren't they?
Yeah.
So I'm going to put the shout out. If you're from Milton Keynes Council and you know anything about... Actually, it wouldn't be, would it? Would it be Department of Transport? Highways Department?
Pass.
Anyway, if you're anything to do with the roads in Milton
They
Keynes...
only deal with motorways and major A routes.
Oh, right, in that case. Milton Keynes Council or Highways Department, I don't mind who. If you've got a view on just why we seem to have hundreds of roadworks at the moment, including on the V8, Marlborough Street. I've just come down through Marlborough Street and we actually have a Milton Keynes traffic jam, 2 roundabouts up. When I say a Milton Keynes traffic jam, I still feel sorry for anybody not in Milton Keynes. When I say we've got traffic jams, I just think these roadworks are adding maybe 3 minutes to the average journey. Possibly up to 10 at rush hour, wouldn't you say?
Put it in perspective.
Yeah, absolutely. We don't like traffic jams here, do we? So yes, please drop us a line at Transitions, and I'd love to have you in. Come talk to me. Or through the website www.settlosounds.org.
So if 1.95 million is the cost of a death,
yeah,
what's the cost of a life? Would you invest £149?
It's nothing, is it, really, when you think about it?
That's the cost of a Skills for Life course.
I mean, that's I can quote this because I had a friend from the networking circuit talking to me the other day, and they went off to family of 4, actually, their 2 kids, 2 friends, husband and wife, off to the cinema. Don't know which cinema. They went for a pizza beforehand, had nibbles at the cinema. That's about £200 gone in one night. So actually, you know, for a night out with the family, giving them a nice time, you could go and do your IAM course for actually less than the price of a night out and give your family a bit of confidence and a bit of peace of mind. Does that seem the right way?
Absolutely right, yes.
Yeah, I can see Jim can scribble that down in a minute when I'm not looking. Use that one next time.
It actually gets better because we are concerned particularly about young drivers. And Chris is an example of young drivers compared with me.
I have to say, Chris is sat here looking at all us lot thinking, you know, do I need CPR by the time we get to the end of the show or something?
Well, let Chris tell you what we do for young drivers.
Yeah, at the minute, the Milton Keynes Advanced Motors Group, we've got a really good offer on, and once you've completed your test after doing all the sessions, we actually discount the course and we give you £50 back. So the overall package will be about £99.
Is that just for young drivers? So
yes. Just for young drivers, so anyone aged between sort of 17 to 25.
So I could qualify.
If you're under 26 when you pass your test.
That lets me out.
Yeah, by a long way. you're going to have to pay the extras, mate. You're
Be quiet.
For anybody, by the way, who wants to see what the chaos is in a radio station while we're live on air, if you've got the Periscope app, look us up at Transition Sounds, and we are live on air now. Currently, you're going to be looking at my ugly face because I haven't turned the camera around, but I'm sure I will. Chris, you said it's improved your driving.
Yep.
Is that by giving you additional skills, or by improving the confidence that you had in the skills that you'd already got from your original test?
I think I think it's building on the basic level of skills that you get from doing the normal driving test, the basic driving test. Definitely builds on that, but to a really, really good sort of intent and hazard-wise, you like the anticipation when you come up to a hazard. It's brilliant. I think some of the other benefits of doing it is I've noticed my fuel costs go down. That's one of them.
Presumably through
sort of eco driving.
Smoother driving.
Yeah, smooth driving. And also insurance. I mean, I was paying nearly $1,800 in my first year after I passed, and now three years on, I'm now paying less than £300, and that's because of the.
Purely because of.
Yeah.
So do all? I know this is a bone of controversy, and it has been in the past. I don't know if it still is, but do all insurance companies recognise the test?
No. Is the answer.
Is the answer? Yeah.
We refer you to a company that we work with.
Right.
Who will guarantee to match anybody else's insurance. So even at my age, I've actually got a better deal through them.
Oh right, so it's definitely
particularly relevant for younger drivers.
Yeah, well, no, so I mean, you're talking £1,800 to £300. You can actually afford a car now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
As opposed to borrowing one. Would you do it, Terry?
Yeah, I would. In fact, I'm thinking about it now.
Do you know what? The amount of things that have gone through his mind since we started doing this show is hilarious.
I do love driving. We all think we're good drivers, but even I know mistakes. And I think in some ways, you do get into bad habits. Everybody says, "Oh, I'm a great driver.
No, I'm a horrendous driver. I'm gonna fess up now and go when I'm on the ball. I'm fairly good. However,
you should be on the ball all the time.
Absolutely, yeah, you should. But I'm well aware of the fact that my driving skills are they're not as good as they were. They're not as sharp as they were.
Well, they can't be, can they? Because you're older.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's not get too hung up on age here.
I was going to say,
because, yes, we slow down as we get older, but the truth is, insurance companies favour older drivers over younger drivers for a reason.
Oh, yeah.
And one of those reasons is we may have got older, but we've gathered experience, and we're better at assessing risks.
I think that's the key, isn't it?
That's the key.
You look. I know my reactions are nowhere near as quick as they were when I was 18, but I kind of expect a lot more now than I did. I'm kind of fully aware of looking at hands on the top of steering wheels as I'm driving up towards a car, especially if I used to be a motorcyclist until fairly recently, and at any point if I was going up the side of traffic, the key indicator for me is the driver's wing mirror and where their hands are on the wheel. If their hands aren't on the top of the wheel and they're not looking in the mirror, there's a fair chance they're going to be staying where they are. But if there's a hand on sort of the top right-hand side of that steering wheel and there's just been a glance in that mirror, I'm almost certain it's just going to drive across in front of me. And that's just the way it is. And yeah, we can moan all we like about people being careless, can't we? But ultimately, we are all responsible for our own driving. And is an accident ever 100% anybody else's fault?
They don't have accidents anymore. It's incidents.
Oh, here we go again. Terry, I love you being on this show. I really do. It means I have to do no work.
Talking of motorcyclists, the IAM also do exactly the same with motorcycles as they do with cars.
Yes, they do. I'm hoping to get David on at some point. It's very good. I mean, as a motorcyclist, it's absolutely worth doing. Yeah. I think as a driver, it's worth doing. One question which you may not be able to answer. When you mentioned you went back and sat your test, do any of us know where the rules stand if we actually booked ourselves in for a driving test and we failed it? What would actually happen? If anyone's got the answer, I mean, I haven't.
And neither do I.
No. If you do have the answer, or you've got Google in front of you, you can tweet us at Transition Sounds. You can leave us a message or a couple of hearts on Periscope, or you can drop us an email via the Secular Sounds website, which is www.secularsounds.com.
I don't know the answer, but I'll put 80% on you wouldn't pass it.
Oh, I'm fairly certain I wouldn't pass. That's what makes me think.
Any of us, you would, obviously, because you've been there, but I don't think I would.
Can I make a suggestion? Rather than do that, why not take advantage of us?
Yeah.
Being able to offer a free assessment.
That makes more sense.
Hey, I like that. That makes a lot more sense. You're guaranteed to keep your licence at the end of it.
Absolutely.
There's nothing worse than setting out to prove something yourself and then finding out you can't drive.
Nothing's better than free, is it?
No.
And you will be given some constructive feedback.
Which I think is useful, isn't it? And we come from an age, and Jim and Terry both know this, and Chris is probably still at school.
Wasn't even born then.
But we don't...
Chris is a serving police officer, aren't you?
Tell me a traffic division, please, Chris. Otherwise, I ain't going to get home today, am I? He's on the phone now, texting away. Yeah, bloom us out. Yeah, I know. That's it. I'm doomed. I'm walking home, or if anyone's passing the studio and would like to pick me up and give me a lift, that would be much appreciated. Yes, the education system. I know I sort of bring this up in every show, but it's kind of what the show's about to a degree. I know I can direct positive criticism. I know Terry can. Chris, you go through the whole of your school system now without taking any criticism, don't you?
Yeah.
Because you're not allowed to. So how does it feel actually being put in that position when you're deliberately putting yourself in a place and the only way you're going to improve is by an extra set of eyes, effectively, being able to look at some of the stuff that you do that you can't possibly see, I'd imagine. Would that be fair, Jim?
Well, it's often the case that people aren't aware of the effects of what they're doing.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons that we're called observers and not instructors is we're not there to instruct.
Mm-hmm.
We are there as observers, and our role is to give tips and advice on improving driving standards. So we're not there to teach somebody to drive. That's an illusion.
Yes. But you are there to help them
We are there to
gain those skills that I think you've already covered.
Yeah, it's always positive, positive, constructive, and it will help you.
But I know you, especially with bad habits, that's why they're bad habits, isn't it? We don't know we're doing them half the time, and we just and as soon as somebody mentions it, you kind of, reality check kicks in, and you think, oh, I've been doing that for years. Yeah.
Not only doing it, but sometimes it's the secondary effects of what you might be doing.
Yes. So reaching over to reach something in the glove. I'm going to stop because otherwise he is going to be on effects, and I ain't getting on. I'm going to play this while you all have a think about that. Please feel free to join us on Periscope and on Twitter. This, I think, I remember this group earlier in the week. I'm sure Jim's and Terry are going to agree with me on this. I think if it hadn't been for the untimely demise of one of their members, and even with that, this has to be one of the best lineups of any group ever. The Travelling Wilburys.
Never heard of them.
Oh yeah.
It was a combination of load of stars.
It was Roy Orbison, Ringo Starr, George Harrison. Oh, John Petty.
Jeff Leeds.
See, I've heard of all of them, but I've never heard of the group.
Jeff Leeds,
Yeah.
George Harrison's the Beatles, Ringo's the Beatles.
Yeah.
And it's just one of the.
Woods, was it? Ronnie Woods?
He may have been there at some point.
Ronnie Woods or the other.
Right. While you're, I tell you what, actually, Periscope people, I'm even going to let you hear what's going on. Hang on, let me rummage around the back. I always forget to put this on, don't I?
Yeah.
And there it is. Ooh. See? You'll be able to hear us now, which you're probably going to apologise for afterwards. Never mind, you asked for it, you get it. Ooh, there we go. The Periscope peeps can now hear us slightly better than they could before. Everybody's alright with Periscope tips. I'm thinking.
If you get a chance.
No,
Yeah.
very. I'm going down.
If they're interested.
I'm going down.
Oh, that's
The chair's shrunk again.
I got that from the website. So either one.
I'm coming back up again, sir.
Yeah.
Do you pull the handle down there?
No, I just lean back in it, right? I just sit in like this and I lean back.
You might be actually pushing on something.
I don't know, it just suddenly, for some reason, halfway through, it's comfortable if I lean back.
A bit late because you break the chair.
Oh, the teachers' conference at the academy on Tuesday. One of their lead teachers, if you're listening, I'm apologising, leaned back in his chair through the whole meeting. We all get up to leave. Poetic justice, me does think.
My glasses.
No, actually. I forgot all about them, sorry.
Left them there 6 weeks ago.
It was more than that. Should you be driving?
What?
Reading glasses.
They are.
Yeah. I want a prescription windscreen, it's got to be easier.
The trouble with these are getting worse now. I've done the test the other day and I'm struggling between us, you know.
Serving copper.
Oh no, I'd like to be honest, I'm going down to Dresden next week, this week. What's today? Anyway, took the eyes tested. I haven't done everything here anyway, but I'm trouble seeing them. I can read it just, but it's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Well, that's one of the first things we will do.
Yeah.
We won't get in the car with something that can't remember.
Yeah, no.
I can read it. Did you say, was there a description of how far away it needed to be? 25 metres, that's a long way.
Yeah.
10 seconds and then we've got a trailer and then it's back to us.
I'm not going to get in the car with something you can't see.
No.
You think?
Hello, I'm Mike Murray, and we've got Blossom and together with Alan William, we bring you the Grumpy Old Men on Saturday morning between 8 and 10.
That's a show I should have.
Oh dear.
Many old dears.
Welcome back to Seclo Sounds. For those 15 or 20 of you viewing us on Periscope, yes, we did all laugh at the Grumpy Old Men trailer. Chris didn't.
Give him time.
He may have pointed him, yeah, he'll get there eventually. So, I've got a question. I've got a new toy, and it's an app for my phone that turns my phone into a dash cam, and it sits there and it records everything that's going, and it stockpiles it at 4 minutes, and da 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 da. Your thoughts, gentlemen, around the table? Do they improve driving? Do they improve your driving? That's what I'm keen to know. I know we can use them, you know, if there's an accident or something like that. But I feel that mine's improved my driving, and I'm saying that because actually the fuel economy in my car has gone up since I fitted the dash cam. And I know it hasn't made the car any more economical. So, Terence.
I'm presuming that you're reading the dash cam after you've done the journey, or during the journey.
No, actually, because on the part of the app I've got actually displays the Google Maps and is your sat nav, and it also displays your speed and your acceleration and your cornering forces, and they're all there on the screen, and it's basically a heads-up display. So I'm going to say I actually watch the videos once I've got where I'm going, but I'm taking to driving using both the speedo and the display on the dash cam. And the one thing I have really noticed is because it's got the sort of braking force and the cornering force, and there's a little bar that slides up and down the side. And you know, the idea is you keep it as flat as you can. And I have noticed on that I'm accelerating slower. I'm cornering faster, ironically, but that doesn't surprise me because I did do a year of pro saloon racing, and ultimately to drive quickly is not about driving fast, which sounds ridiculous, but anybody who's done any driving, and these two guys are nodding here, and Terry's also nodding, I think. Was that a nod? That'll do. But it's about driving smooth, isn't it? That's how you get quicker, obviously within the limits. Yeah, so I found, does anybody have any opinions? Has anybody driven with a dash cam?
I've got one, and I've driven with it on.
Mm-hmm.
And I think knowing that you're being recorded, or your driving is being recorded, I think it does add to the smoothness of your journey.
It makes you think, doesn't it?
I've definitely noticed it. When I have had it on, I've definitely noticed it.
Would you get one, Jim?
I have thought about it.
Doesn't your car do that in the middle? I mean, your car does everything.
It doesn't quite have a... it has a camera for driving back.
I have
but
car
not
M.
forwards.
I don't think the IAM cover that, do they? Terry? Well, you've got one.
What?
You've got the same app as I've got.
Yeah.
Have you used it?
No.
It's not good in your pocket, is it?
Well, to be honest, I don't know why I need to use it really, and that's not saying that I'm a great, brilliant driver. I mean, to me, all I'd be looking at is other people, and I don't like. I just don't find. I don't know. I'm not saying they're useless or anything like that, because I mean they give me a lot of pleasure when I'm watching them on YouTube. But I don't know. I'm in a bit in the middle of women, you know.
I also have reservations that any device you use that takes your attention away from the road is a potential hazard.
Well, that's why I asked him the question, because
I mean, I can see the value of having it there to record in the event of an accident who was at fault.
Yes.
I'd hate to think that somebody was spending too much time looking at the camera and not looking at the road.
Where it's situated, I mean, it literally sits on the bottom of my dashboard, right against the window, and it's literally just in eye line. I mean, I wouldn't. If it was going to be anything else, there's no way to put it there. And I think the difference between the app I use and the dash cam you've got is this one actually has a live screen on it, so it displays everything, and it also there's the phone and the music and all the rest of it. So actually, where it sits is kind of more like a command centre in the car. It's a poor man's joke, Jim. Okay, can't afford all the toys you've got, so I use my phone. Yes, there is car envy going on, and Jim is well aware of it. Yeah, so we're kind of undecided. If you're out there in Middleton Keynes and you drive using a dash cam, or you've got an opinion on dash cams, maybe I hate to say this, but maybe you've been victim of an accident where someone's even watching their dash cam, get in touch. We'd love to hear what you think. You can tweet us live now at Transition Sounds. You can Periscope us live at Transition Sounds, or you can email me via the studio, but I probably won't pick it up till next week. But I will get back to you. While we're on the subject of last week, Conagra residents, nobody has come forward and tweeted me or emailed the studio about the little raised flower beds that are going up around your street signs, and I really, really want to know who's doing it. Because I want to get you in. I think it's brilliant. It's a silly thing. It's a little raised flower bed at the bottom of a street sign, and it really makes the place look tidier. So this is 3 weeks now I've been asking residents of Conagra. I want to know who's doing it. Please get in touch. What do you think the advantages are, apart from obviously the insurance saving?
You'll live longer. You stand a good chance.
That's a pretty simple one, really. Jim has it. Yeah. You won't kill yourself. Yeah, that has no advantage.
You stand a better chance of not getting involved in an accident.
And I think that's what I was trying to get to. Ultimately, two pieces of metal can never occupy the same space. It just doesn't happen. It makes a mess unless we get into alternative universes and all the rest of it. And even then, I think it's bad news. If the inevitable happens and the accident is unavoidable, do you think...
No such thing.
Good. Do you think that you can have an impact on the level of severity of the accident because you are a better driver? So you can... Because
you'll be anticipating what's happening in front of you. Now, ultimately, you can't stop instantly.
No.
But if you've left enough distance between you and the car in front, the crash will be
a bump rather than a kabang, or that head-on might be just a scrape of down the side of the car. Is that kind of where we're going? I mean, I think that's a point. You said you're at IA Milton Keynes.
Milton Keynes Advanced Motorist.
Milton Keynes Advanced
Which
Motorist.
is the local group that deliver the courses for
Right,
IA.
cool. Have you got a website?
Yeah, we
How
do.
do we get you?
It's www.mkadvancedmotorist.org.uk. If you're interested, you can email for the car section. It's admin@mkadvancedmotorist.org.uk.
Cool.
Ping them an email and just let them know you're interested.
Lovely. I will make a point of getting that out. Again, there we go. That's everybody in the studio. There's the little...
Let's do it together, Dave, you know.
What?
Advanced motorists.
There's a challenge.
Let's do the advanced motorists together. Same car.
Oh, Terry, you're scaring me now.
And let's come back and talk about your experience when you both passed.
Okay.
You mean if?
No, I mean when.
He means when. There is. I'll tell you what. You did mention there is a free observer thingy.
You can have a free appraisal.
A free appraisal. Yeah, I'm going, Terry.
If you're
if you take the course,
Yeah.
what you get with the course
Yep.
is all the tuition or observation that you need to pass the test is open-ended.
Right, so it just keeps going until you become what you need to become.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I mean, it's value for money. It's
Well, yeah, 'cause I think
no-brainer.
a driving test now. How much is a driving test now, Chris?
Oh,
I'm looking at you
definitely-
because
yeah, it went
Jim's
up.
was in old money.
Yeah.
I can't remember off the top of my head now. Must be 40 odd, something like that.
A lesson, is that for 2 hours?
Oh, per lesson is about 20. I think the basic rate is about 22 an hour.
Ouch.
Yeah, it's a lot.
That is a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Terry,
Yes.
would you mind getting the door, please?
I was waiting for that.
Thank you.
The average time number of observed drives to get through the test at MKM is about 10.
So is that 10
sessions.
10 session? But how long's a session?
Hour and a quarter.
I suppose whatever you're comfortable
Depends
with,
what
really,
you
is
do.
it?
Yeah, it's fairly intense, so you don't want to spend 2 or 3 hours at it.
No. I remember when I got my race license for the first time, and I took to a track with other cars. I was shattered. You know, after 2 or 3 laps, and this is on a track, but you know there's somebody behind you, somebody in front of you, somebody on both sides of you.
Just like there are on the roads.
Absolutely, strangely, yes. Except I think on the track, as a rule, they probably behave slightly better because we're all there going, as Jim pointed out earlier, one thing, we're all going in the same direction.
Yes.
Mostly, I would say. Huh? So Terry's looking at me in a confused way. I haven't got a clue. So, I mean, it's a given to do, isn't it? Really. Do you think is there like a CPD version? Do you? I know you get the test. Are you encouraged to go back over and over and over again, kind of thing?
Yeah, well, I've just done an advanced driving with Chris Gilbert, and he's like the top advanced driving instructor in the UK, and he will like increase your skills even more so up to police standard,
Right.
Using the system and roadcraft system and things like that. And he'll give you a CPD certificate, and you can sort of improve from there and go on from there.
I think it's something we should all do, isn't it? Really.
Yeah.
I'm studying for my masters at the moment.
Are you? Ooh.
So you can go beyond the.
Is there anything you're not involved with at the moment? Do you have time to retire? I mean,
Retire? What does that mean?
I have no idea. I've known you now for probably, I don't know, getting on for 4 or 5 years, and you just don't stop. I feel positively lazy. Terry.
I didn't
Sorry.
say a word.
No, I forgot this. Look, I'll tell you what, because you've turned up. Terry wasn't well this weekend, but he's in now. There you go.
Oh, we got it.
Happy?
Yeah, okay. I've been waiting a week for that.
I mean, you don't come in without it, do you? Really? It's like that. Not having anything to do with that.
What?
You drink if you don't get your noise. You don't
Oh
turn
yeah,
up, do you?
no, I sulk.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
honestly, you do not want to see this man sulk. Jim, any more interesting facts and figures? I know you have. I'm looking at the whole page full of stuff.
Well, the one staggering that I mentioned earlier is that we are still killing 5 people a day in the UK on the roads.
That's shocking in today's
Isn't
world,
it?
isn't it? Because let's face it, cars have got less terminal. Does that make sense?
Well, they've got safer to be in a crash.
And safe to be hit by.
And safer.
Yeah, I mean, still 2 ton of metal hits you. It's still going to hurt, isn't it?
And figures have improved year on year. We're better now than we have been for many years. But it's still
5 people.
5 people a day. Just think of the human tragedy of them.
I mean, that's massive, isn't it? I don't know if you've got any stats. How do we compare to the rest of Europe?
We're pretty good.
Are we?
Yeah, we're pretty good. We're pretty high up there.
Good. Do you think driving in Milton Keynes is unique compared to the rest of the UK?
Can't compare it with all of the UK. It's high speed because we have a network of 70 mile an hour dual carriageways. The observations I've made about some of the drivers on carriageways
Boots.
could fit another radio show.
Yeah, a later one, I think, much. Join us for transition in the dark. Yeah, it's scary, isn't it?
It can be. I mean, people don't
I
drive.
think we've got big speed differences on our dual carriageways as well. Like you say, they are all 70 mile an hour.
Well, most, yeah.
Yeah, apart from when down the schools and
City,
stuff like that.
city centre dual carriageways, people aren't always aware of that, down to 30, 40, 50, 60 or 70. We've got dual carriageways in Milton Keynes.
Just do everything.
At all of those speeds.
And I think, I mean, especially motorway driving, I think, you know, there should be almost a minimum limit and a maximum on the motorways. And I personally would love to see sort of M25 variable speed limits based on traffic conditions. I know we should be able to do this ourselves. The fact is we don't. And the M25 traffic flow kind of works quite nicely. I mean, to me, it's... I can never understand it when I'm sitting in traffic and somebody goes past me to race to the scene of an accident. You know, they're desperate to get to that car in front, and you think, but it stopped. The lights are red. What's the point in going quickly towards them? Because you're not going to go anywhere, are you? And we see that. I mean, I drive into the city every day, and I see it time and time again at traffic lights. And to me, I can't. I spend ages trying to work out if I can gauge how fast I need to be moving and how much acceleration to not have to stop, but just to go through them all at green.
That's advanced driving.
Well, I haven't worked it out yet.
But that's anticipating.
Yeah.
That's looking forward and anticipating.
I don't want to be braking hard and spilling me coffee, which is in the cup holder in the car.
Talking about dropping yourself in.
Oh dear.
I think you do need to come for. I think you do need to come for a free assessment.
I think I may be beyond help, actually.
I bet Chris takes his number when he goes out.
Oh, I'm already doomed. I'll see you about 7:30. Yeah. I think we. Oh dear.
You're around the station now.
Yes, my mugshot is going to be up everywhere. I mean, I think we should all consider advanced driving. I think we should all go back and resit tests periodically, if I'm honest, because you pass your test once, and like I said, there's no requirement for you to ever do anything again, is there?
No, when you get 70, you just self-assess, unless you self-assess that you're fit to drive.
Yeah. Is there an eye test still or not? Is there?
You self-assess, part of the stuff.
Oh right, so you actually get to say, yeah, I can see.
Yes, without it being tested.
Oh well, that's good. I suppose if you can sign the bottom of the paperwork, you're halfway
I
there.
will say that the first thing that we will do when we're assigned a new associate is make sure they can see. We're not going to get into the car and drive with somebody who can't read a number plate.
That is really... I didn't know that. I actually thought you had to go and have an eye test.
No.
You just self-assess to say that you're okay.
You self-assess, yeah.
Well, Chris is kind of nodding and shaking his head and all sorts over there, thinking, I just can't believe that.
It's a dangerous thing.
I signed up to look after these people in the world, and what was I doing?
Yeah, it's scary. Scary.
It's scary. Are you? Is the goal to be traffic police at any point?
Yeah, at some point. I'm thinking about it. Yeah.
Oh dear. Can you drop me a line? Just so I know not to drive.
Email him every morning.
Yeah. Absolutely. I'm going to be around here, Dave. Don't come down the street. Jim, what else have you got to add? I'm going to play another track in a second. I just kind of...
I want a plug for tonight's North Buck Speakers
plug away.
competition for humorous speech and table topics.
Excellent.
You said you might attend that
Was that tonight?
tonight.
God,
Competition tonight. The Well at Willen,
Yes.
7:15. Anyone wants to join us, it'll be a night of entertainment.
Okay. Yep. I don't know what I'm doing tonight now. Oh, he stitched me up. That's why I came on today, after all. As those of you know that were here, Jim is also, actually, yesterday we were talking Young Enterprise with David Tilley. Jim's involved in that as well. He's, I've forgotten what they're called, Toastmaster. And he's also advanced driving. Anything else that we want to add to the list this week? You don't do the judo on the website
I don't do jiu-jitsu anymore, no.
No, stop windsurfing.
No, I still windsurf. I
Right.
still teach windsurfing.
If you're in Milton Keynes and you haven't been taught anything by Jim Reynolds, please drop us a line, because I don't think there can be many.
I discovered a little known scientific rule, and that is that the hardness of the floor is directly proportional to the square of your age. And so I gave up jiu-jitsu when I was 65.
Yeah, I can see why. Yeah. He did come in here limping, by the way, as well. I just wanted to point that one out. But that said, out of the old three of us that are in here, he's the only one that's not walking with a stick, so we're halfway there. Do you think the roads in Milton Keynes have an impact on our young drivers?
It does if they travel to other areas.
You think?
Yeah, because the speed restrictions here are a lot higher. You go to somewhere in London,
That's true.
and the road speeds are 20 mile an hour in many boroughs.
Actually, my lad got done for speaking for just that. He was going through a dual carriageway in Reading, I think. It was a 50 mile an hour. Fair and square.